Welcome to the moral decay of America. Yep, I've said it, and I'll say it again. The goober that we have as the president, his name is Joe Biden, here in 2023, the end of 2023, is a knucklehead and is causing all kinds of stupid stuff to happen. So let's talk about what's going on this week here real quick. We had a massive attack. The Palestinians of Hamas, or the Hamas Palestinians, I don't care what they call it, I don't care. They launched thousands of rockets from their tiny little piece of land there in the Gaza Strip over into the state of Israel. And now all hell has broken loose all over again. But it begs the question, right? To me, it just begs the question of what's going on here? Why is the United States government giving billions of dollars to terrorist organizations and countries that also host terrorists? The terrorists are not going to come out and fight you. They're just not. They want to sneak attack. They want to sneak attack. They want to sneak attack. That's what they do. The other thing they'd like to do, they'd like to pillage. They just like to purge. Pillage and purge is what it's called. And then you throw a little rape in there. That's what they do as well. So let's do some math on this real quick. I want to demonstrate some facts. Fact number one that I want to talk about is this knucklehead, Joe Biden, withdrew the United States from Afghanistan. Should have been done. More importantly, I don't think we should have ever been there, but I'm not going to go there. But the worst part about it, besides the American military men and women that lost their lives over there, or injured, or whatever. Again, we shouldn't have been there. But the fact that we left equipment, military equipment, supposedly in the tune of $85 billion. That's right, 85 billion. Billions. 85 of them bastards. They ranged from helicopters to ammunition to jeeps, trucks, and other materials. $85 billion worth of equipment left in Afghanistan. And we all know that that's going to end up in bad people's hands. Now this goober, this asshat, and yes, I'm calling the president of the great country that I live in a pure asshat, because no rational person would make these decisions, recently gave or unfroze $6 billion of Iran's funding. Their monies. They went from having frozen assets to saying, hey, here's $6 billion back, but you must spend it on humanitarian aid. I don't even know what the hell that means. And then last but not least, how are you going to monitor what a terrorist country full of terrorist-minded people are going to be doing with their money? You think they're going to properly report it and say, hey, we're feeding the starving and hungry over here in the big country of Iran because that's what we've always done, is been humanitarian. Bullshit, Bobby. Come on. Come on, Joe. Come on, people on the Democratic left-handed side of the fence. Let's think about what we're doing here. Politicians in general, I don't care who you are, but we should never be giving money to organizations that have terrorists. And then the fact that they all sit there and cry that they hate America, death to America, and yet we're going to unfreeze their assets as long as they spend it on humanitarian assistance. Come on. That's not happening. It's never going to happen. I don't know why you think it would. Now, President Trump predicted this is going to happen, and sure enough, here it is. I'm going to roll this clip for you so you can understand that other people heard President Trump say that this was a bad idea. Check this out. If this guy doesn't have a crystal ball up his backside, I don't know who does, but listen to this. It makes sense. Here we go. Check this out.
Former President Donald Trump correctly predicted that Joe Biden's $6 billion hostage deal with Iran would have devastating consequences. As a state sponsor of radical Islamic terrorism, Iran openly arms and finances terror groups in the region to carry out evil acts on innocent civilians. Trump said Biden's ransom payment will be immediately used to stoke violence, bloodshed, and mayhem throughout the Middle East, putting Israel, the United States, and the entire world in very grave peril. During the White House press, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan did not give any details on the $6 billion. The Biden administration says $6 billion was unfrozen in Iranian assets and must be used for humanitarian purposes, although there is no reliable method of auditing the funds.
No way of auditing the funds. What'd I just say? If you can't control where they're spending the money, then why'd you unfreeze it and give it back to them so they can then send it to wherever they want? That's the whole problem. Don't allow them to do this stupid stuff. Hey, there's more here. Check this out.
1 month after Biden agreed to hand cash to Iran, a massive terror attack was carried out by Iran-backed Palestinian Hamas terrorists on Israel.
And there's the problem. There is the problem. I'm not going to get into the whole Israeli-Palestinian conversation. I think there's a lot of ethical challenges going on over there. But at a high level, Israel is a state. And if you attack that state, it has a right to defend itself. And I hope they do. You come dropping 5,500 rockets on the United States, we have the right to defend ourselves. So, I mean, that's a problem. And then last but not least, one of the more comical things that I've seen thus far is these Palestinians are serving in the United States Congress. And just the other day, I saw a flag of one of our representatives who had the Palestinian flag and had an alphabet people's flag sitting right outside of her congressional office there in Washington, D.C. I mean, you want to talk about Democratic hypocrite? You want to be Muslim, but yet you want to support the alphabet people, but yet the alphabet lifestyle goes 100% against your Muslim religious background, preachings, whatever, and everywhere else in the world, they're killed. So, Muslims will do that if you're gay. Pretty confident of that. So, talk about a hypocrite right there. I'm not even going to say her name just because I don't want to. And she doesn't get any lip service from me. I'm not going to give her any credibility. But, folks, let's be real. Every time you leave money, machinery, weaponry in the hands of a terrorist country where terrorists are going to get their hands on it and ship that stuff to wherever because they hate us, they hate other people. That's all they know to do is to hate. You can expect to be attacked. When you take the strength of the common person and you immobilize people of hate, the common person will be attacked. The innocent person will be attacked. Because at the end of the day, to me, we just don't want to be jacked with. But sometimes good people are going to have to do some bad things. And we're knocking on the door. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way through 2024 with elections and everything else coming up. All this nonsense going on in the world. Boy, there's a lot of killing going on, a lot of lawlessness, a lot of not having good daddies in the home. I don't care what the excuse is. People know that killing's wrong, stealing's wrong, but we're having more of it now than we've had in a long time. And that, my friends, is the moral decay of America. Hit that like and subscribe button. Take care of yourselves out there.